There is a power within you that created the universe, and it is not separate from who you are. This power is not found in distant heavens or in rituals, but in your own awareness, in your own imagination, in the sacred declaration, I am. You were not born to beg or plead with life. You are born to command it through divine consciousness. The power of God is not a theory to be studied. It is a force to be awakened. And the moment you recognize that the same creative spirit that said, let there be light, lives in you now, you step into a realm where miracles are not the exception but the law. Today, you are not here to receive information. You are here to remember who you truly are. The power of God is in you as you, waiting to be consciously expressed. Unlock it. Imagination, the creative power of God within you. You are not merely flesh and bone. You are consciousness, and imagination is the core of your being. Most live their lives unaware that the creative power they seek from the outside has always lived within. Imagination is not daydreaming. It is not fantasy. It is the divine workshop where realities are shaped and worlds are born. What you dare to imagine with feeling and persistence becomes form, experience, and fact in your life. This is not poetry, but it is law. God creates by imagining, and so do you, for you are made in the image and likeness of that very power. When you close your eyes and feel into a new state of being, whether abundance, health, love, or purpose, you are not pretending, you are initiating a creative act. Your imagination, when fused with emotion, becomes the womb of manifestation. All things are possible to the one who believes. But belief is nothing more than sustained imaginative conviction. You do not need permission to imagine a new reality. You only need to dwell in the assumption that what you desire is already yours. And here is the key. What you imagine with feeling and accept as true will, by law, express itself in your external world. The world will tell you that imagination is passive. The world will tell you that facts are final, but you must unlearn what the world has taught you and return to your divine nature. The facts are not final, only your faith is. If you would change your life, you must begin not with action, but with vision. See yourself already in possession of what you desire. Feel the end. Live in the assumption. Do not wait for evidence. Create the evidence by believing. Before seeing, every visible thing was once invisible. Every outcome once lived in the unseen realm of imagination. Before it manifested, God speaks through your imagination. It is there you receive divine instructions, inspired ideas, healing visions, and breakthroughs beyond logic. This is why you must treat your inner world as sacred ground. Guard what you allow yourself to think, feel, and see internally. You cannot entertain lack within and expect abundance without. You cannot dwell in fear and expect love to blossom. The seed you plant in imagination becomes the harvest in life. So plant wisely. To recognize imagination as God's power within you is to awaken from the dream of separation. You are not trying to reach God. You are expressing God. The creative power that said, let there be, is still speaking through you. Every time you declare, I am, you become what you behold inwardly. You are the potter, and your imagination is the clay. Your outer world is your inner speech made visible. Speak of what you desire. Feel it as done. See it and become it. And when you do, life must follow. For imagination is not just the path to power. Imagination is the power. Use it, trust it, live by it. Your inner state shapes outer reality. The world you see with your physical eyes is not the cause, it is the result. The outer is only a mirror, faithfully reflecting the content of your inner state. To change what appears on the surface of your life, you must first shift what you carry within. Every experience, whether wanted or unwanted, flows from the inner realm of assumption, belief, and emotion. Your life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. And your inner state is the blueprint by which all circumstances take form. You must come to understand that the world is not an independent, objective reality. It is not random. It is responsive. Everything you encounter, people, situations, opportunities, is drawn to you in alignment with your dominant inner atmosphere. If you live in a state of fear, life echoes that fear. If you live in gratitude, life multiplies what you give thanks for. When you awaken to this truth, you stop trying to change the mirror and start transforming the face looking into it. Spiritual law is simple and unchanging, as within, so without. You cannot carry confusion within and expect clarity outside. You cannot dwell in lack internally and expect abundance to arrive externally. The outer world bends and reshapes itself to reflect the inner conversations you repeat, the emotions you nurture, and the assumptions you hold as real. Every shift in consciousness causes a shift in condition. This is not mere philosophy, it is divine law, and it operates whether or not you are aware of it. You have been given the gift of choosing your inner state. That is the power of God in you. No one else can do it for you. Others may influence, but they cannot create in your world. Only you can decide what state of being you will live from. Fear or faith, resentment or love, scarcity or sufficiency. And once you assume a new state and remain loyal to it, the world must rearrange itself to fit your new self-concept. This is why inner work is the highest form of work. When you prioritize stillness, gratitude, faith, and vision, your life takes on a supernatural rhythm. Things begin to happen not because you force them, but because you align with them. True transformation comes not through effort alone, but through internal re-identification. If you want more love, dwell in the state of being love. If you want freedom, live inwardly as though you are already free. Let the feeling precede the fact. The world cannot resist the pull of a soul who has assumed their divine identity. Your inner state is the magnet, and life simply reflects back your radiance or your resistance. The choice is always yours. Do not chase the outer world. Change the inner one. Hold to the new state in silence, in vision, in faith, and the outer must bow, not by force, but by divine law. Remember, you are not the effect of your life, you are the cause, and your cause begins within. Faith is awareness of already having. Faith is not wishful thinking. Faith is not pleading or hoping. Faith is the deep, immovable conviction that what you desire already is, even before you see the evidence of it. Faith does not look for signs, faith creates them. It does not beg, it assumes. And the moment you assume the feeling of already having, already being, already living in your desire, you activate the divine law that calls unseen things into visibility. True faith lives in the unseen and acts as if it were seen. It is the bridge between the invisible cause and the visible effect. When you have faith, not in something outside of you, but in the creative power within, you realize that you do not need to wait for your circumstances to change in order to feel differently. You change your state first, and the world follows in perfect harmony. This is the mystery of the kingdom of God within you. Believe you have received, and it shall be yours. You must stop treating your desires as distant hopes and begin treating them as present realities. The only way to bring something into your life is to possess it inwardly, and you do this not by begging for it, but by assuming it. If you desire wealth, feel what it means to already have abundance. If you desire love, dwell in the feeling of already being loved and cherished. If you desire healing, embody the vitality and freedom of perfect wholeness. Now, the truth is, you are always believing something. The question is not whether you have faith, but where you have placed it. Many people unknowingly place their faith in fear, in lack, in limitation, and life reflects it back faithfully. But the moment you redirect your inner belief toward the good, the beautiful, the divine potential, your world reshapes to reflect that shift. What you accept inwardly as true will become true for you outwardly. This is not magic, it is spiritual law. Faith is not blind. It sees beyond what is present to what is possible, and it does not waver. The one who lives in faith does not ask, when will it happen? They already live from the end, knowing that every detail is unfolding in perfect order. To live in faith is to live in the end, to walk, talk, think, and feel from the fulfilled state of your desire. You must see yourself as the one who already is, not the one who is still waiting. Faith is the language of creation. It is the awareness that you and your desire are one, and that nothing can separate you from what is already yours in spirit. When you operate from this level of awareness, life ceases to be a struggle. You are no longer chasing outcomes, you are magnetizing them. You are no longer a seeker, you are a possessor. So declare it. Feel it, live it. Walk by faith, not by sight, for what you accept within by law must become without. Consciousness is the only reality. There is one great truth that once grasped transforms your entire experience of life. Consciousness is the only reality. Everything you touch, taste, see, hear, and experience in this world is nothing more than a projection of consciousness, your consciousness. You are not subject to a fixed world outside of yourself. The world is subject to you, to your assumptions, your beliefs, and your inner conversation. Life does not happen to you, it unfolds from you. When you understand this, you cease blaming the world. You stop looking to the external as the source of your joy or your suffering. You no longer live reactively, for you now recognize yourself as the cause, not the effect. Your outer world is a perfect reflection of the state of consciousness you most consistently dwell in. It is not shaped by effort, status, or chance, but by the silent, persistent assumptions you carry about yourself and your place in the world. Every condition you face, whether desirable or undesirable, originated first in your awareness. The belief that I am not enough, I never have enough, or I am always overlooked does not stay hidden. It echoes outward into circumstances, drawing to you the exact people and events that prove your inner position. But so too does the belief, I am chosen, I am wealthy, I am favored. The outer world responds faithfully to whatever you impress upon your subconscious through repetition, emotion, and conviction. You may ask, if this is true, why does it seem like I have no control? The answer is simple. You have been creating unconsciously. You have accepted outer appearances as facts and allowed them to dictate your inner state. You have reacted instead of imagined. But creation does not begin with what you see. It begins with what you are conscious of being. The moment you decide to become conscious of what you are planting within, you take back your creative power. Your senses will try to deceive you. They will present facts and appearances that contradict your desire, but remember, the senses only report the past. They show you the result of previous assumptions. They are not authorities, they are mirrors. If you do not like what you see, do not fight the mirror. Change what you are conscious of being. Withdraw attention from what is and give attention to what can be. The new state must be accepted in consciousness before it can be birthed in form. This is why your inner conversations are sacred. What are you saying to yourself about yourself in the silence of your heart? Are you speaking from lack or from abundance? Are you rehearsing disappointment or rehearsing fulfillment? Your inner talk is the seed. Your outer life is the harvest. Speak from your desired state, not about your undesired conditions. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Feel it deeply. Let it become more real than what your eyes show you. You are not trying to make something happen. You are awakening to what already exists in consciousness. Everything you desire already exists in the realm of imagination, which is the divine creative substance. Your task is not to build it from scratch, but to align with it, to occupy the state where it already is. When you persist in that state without doubt or wavering, it hardens into fact, not because of effort, but because of law. The law is always at work, always responding, always mirroring consciousness. Consciousness does not require effort, it requires awareness. You are the operant power. No one else is responsible for your state. No one else can dictate what you accept as true. The moment you decide to be, feel, and live from your desired state, the law begins to move. People, events, and opportunities will appear, not by accident, but by divine correspondence. They are drawn to you because your consciousness has magnetized them. This truth may seem too simple, too internal, too invisible for the world that worships outer action. But those who live from this truth find their lives transformed. They are no longer thrown around by circumstance. They become calm, deliberate, radiant, and powerful. Not because they control others, but because they control themselves. They dwell in the secret place, the inner sanctuary of divine consciousness. And from that place they shape a new world. So, remember this. You are not here to react to life. You are here to create it. Your consciousness is not a passive observer. It is the active force of creation itself. The moment you dare to change your inner state, the world around you must respond. Not someday, now. Because consciousness is the only reality, and you are its master. God's power is your I am. The most powerful declaration you can ever make is the simple yet profound statement, I am. These two words are not just a phrase, they are the key to unlocking the divine power within you. I am is the name of God. It is the name by which you exist, and it is the creative force that shapes your reality. The moment you say, I am, followed by anything, you are invoking the infinite creative power of the universe to bring that very thing into being. You must realize that the words I am are not just personal affirmations, they are a divine command. When God said, I am that I am, to Moses, he was declaring his infinite presence, his eternal power, and his unlimited ability to create and manifest. The same power that created the heavens and the earth is the power that resides within you in your very I am. To understand this is to understand that God's power is your power, and it is yours to wield with conscious awareness. When you say, I am, you are aligning yourself with the divine presence that has always existed within you. These words are not just a passive statement. They are a force that directs the entire universe. The I am is not just a concept. It is the living, breathing essence of creation itself. Every time you declare, I am successful, I am healthy, I am worthy, you are not simply expressing a wish, you are commanding your subconscious to bring those qualities into existence. This is not the ego speaking. This is the divine expression of God within you, creating your world according to your conscious beliefs. The power of I am is limitless. It is the force that calls forth all that you are and all that you will become. But here's the key. You must know that you are not waiting for God's power to enter your life. You are God's power in action. You are an extension of the divine, and the creative energy that flows through you is one with the infinite. There is no separation between you and God's power. When you say, I am, you are invoking divine law to manifest your desires, not because you are pleading for them, but because you are already one with them. The moment you claim an identity, a feeling, or a condition as I am, you make it real in your experience. The challenge comes when you fail to realize the weight of your words. The I am is not to be used lightly. To say, I am unworthy, or I am sick, is to direct the same divine power toward negative outcomes. God's power within you responds equally to positive and negative beliefs. So you must be conscious of how you use this power. The words you speak are not casual. They are the seeds of your future. If you continue to affirm thoughts like, I am poor, or I am always unlucky, you are only reinforcing conditions that are in alignment with those beliefs. But when you change your I am statements to reflect abundance, health, joy, and success, you create a new reality for yourself. The universe must conform. This is why the I am is so sacred. It is the highest form of creative power you possess. Every time you speak these words, you are directly participating in the creative process of the universe. Your I am is not simply the expression of your current state. It is the potential of all that you can be. It is the living force of God moving through you to create your world anew. The I am can never be separated from the divine. It is the divine. And when you claim your identity through I am, you claim your inheritance as a co-creator with the source of all that is. The world has conditioned you to look outside of yourself for power, for validation, for change, but the truth is all power resides within you. The world is not something that is happening to you. The world is a reflection of what you believe about yourself, what you accept as true about your own nature. I am is the creative principle that shapes your reality. So every moment you speak those words, you are either reinforcing the life you have or creating the life you desire. To master the use of I am is to master the art of creation itself. Speak with awareness. Speak with authority. Speak with faith. And as you do, know that the power of God is acting through you, shaping your world according to your every thought, every word, every feeling. When you say I am, you are declaring your dominion over your life, and nothing can stand in the way of your power. The divine in you is the source of all manifestation. Trust it, use it, and watch as your world transforms.